It got kind of ugly. Now, here's the catch. They're really up. Hey, all right, man, everything's all good. And then they are crashing down and they're taking it out on you. Oh, geez, this guy, oh my God. But this person asked me, what do you think it is? And
got a little weird. I'll have to tell you about it later, man.
Dude, the attention span's really short here, so I'm going to try to make it quick, but pack it all in for you. Are you alone because you want to be, or are you alone because you have to be? A lot of people will ask me, how do you get through being alone? And most of these people are people that are codependent, just a lot of sadness and a lot of fear of being alone. What I want to explain here is how I had to handle a certain situation, how it taught me just a little bit more. It made me go just a little deeper into why I like being alone most of the time, and why I still like people a little bit too. But I was with somebody recently, and they said, hey, I've been out here living here on this property all for 35 years and had like one or two girlfriends, and they just never seem to last. They come, they live with me for a while, and then they leave, Hold on here a second. And there's a reason. But many people end up this way because they're overpowering. Maybe they've been alone for a long time, they get a new girlfriend or boyfriend or something, and all of a sudden they're just overpowering, and the other person is like, oh no, I didn't sign up for this. And it scares the shit out of people when you do that. You can't do that. You need to back off and just be yourself and give space to the other person. Otherwise, they'll be gone in a New York second. Oh, and I had to ask this guy a real serious question. Now, it got kind of ugly, only because I don't have the patience sometimes. Sometimes I lose my patience with people that can't find some happiness in themselves. I struggle with that sometimes, but I do eventually find a spot where I can be comfortable with, God, this is who I am. I guess I'm going to accept this, right? To try to give somebody advice or constructive criticism in this situation, it just doesn't seem to help. I think sometimes it just makes it worse for somebody. But this person asked me, what do you think it is? And I said, I don't know. And I beat around the bush, and I basically bullshitted for like 30 minutes on why I thought, and I made up excuses for this person so they wouldn't feel bad. And then a couple days later, we were out doing something together, working on a project, and I was just visiting this person. Big mistake. And they said something really rude to me. And I said, you asked me why you're solo, why you're alone. I go, no woman wants to be with somebody like this. I mean, I'm pretending I'm your partner right now, and I'm going to respond how they would. Hey, asshole, I don't like getting treated that way, And this person could not handle it. They just melted down and, oh God, and it was all my fault because I told them how it was. I said, this is the reason nobody wants to be with you. No one wants to be around somebody who's an ass all the time and just being a downer, low vibrational person. Now, here's the catch. Some people have a slight bit of manic. They're really up. Hey, all right, man, everything's all good. And then they are crashing down and they're taking it out on you. Well, that's what happened to me. And you know what? When I'm working with someone else, and if you've worked with me, you know this, I'm usually a pretty upbeat person. There's always those downtimes. You make a mistake or something and you get mad at yourself or whatever. But I never get mad at the other person and bring them down to my level, right? If I'm feeling low. But people that do that, I think are just really hurting. I'm not making fun of them. I'm actually saying, hey, look, if this is you, look a little deeper in why this is happening and quit blaming everybody else. So, generally I'm a pretty upbeat guy. On this last situation I was on, I tried my damnedest to be upbeat, and be positive reinforcement for this person who was kind of going through a few little things. And they just, they didn't like that. And actually, sometimes the more you're nice to somebody, they hate it, right? That even makes it worse. And I kind of did that on purpose. I'm going to be extra nice to this person because they're kind of losing their losing their cookies. So I said, all right, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's sleep on this, right? And tomorrow maybe they'll think about why they're alone and what happened out there in the field when we were talking, and wake up with more of a positive attitude. And so here I am, positive attitude, waking up, ready to face the day. And this person was quiet and couldn't handle it, just couldn't handle the vibe, because I was giving them the vibe of, hey, don't treat me like that today. Don't do it today. And again, they went right into being a dick again. So, well, and the second thing in this video, second lesson is just don't be a dick. I try not to be a dick, and it works really well. But anyway, I came to the conclusion that this person would be unhappy, and there's nothing I can do about it. And what was kind of the final straw there was when they said, hey, how about that subscriber on your channel that asked if they knew anybody single or something like. So he's trying to get through my channel to find somebody, and I'm like, nah, I got to end this, got to nip this in the bud right now. And that's what happened. I think once you can find happiness within yourself, it's a better life. You can't push anyone else that direction. They got to find it on their own. It's a solo thing. It's an alone thing, finding your happiness in yourself. And you're going to find bad in you and good in you. And you weigh it all out. And you figure out, okay, maybe this is why I'm alone. Do I want to change? Do I really want to change for someone else? Well, if you don't, stay solo. If you want to give a little because you want somebody in your life, that's another thing. You can do it. You can have someone in your life, be good to them, they be good to you. You can have this great relationship, but you got to get into you. You got to get into you first. Please like and subscribe. Got more on this subject, but we'll split it up a little bit throughout the season. Thank you.